Kenslog.com. Hi everybody, welcome back to the Kenslog channel. I was tagged by Interghost to do my gaming history, so I made some notes, and if you check out Interghost, he's a really cool guy. He collects GameCube, he pretty much collects everything, but he's really into PAL GameCube games, so check him out. I'll have a link in the sideboard or right here maybe, I don't know. But I'm going to kind of hurry through this because I already made this video once and it took 15 minutes, so it's going to be under 10 now. Very first system I had was a Pong machine. It wasn't mine, it was my family's, and that was back in 1980, 81, something like that, you know, just no controllers, just the thing on the box itself. You went like that. And I don't remember who made it. It was either Telstar or Coleco or something like that. I actually have one that looks similar to the one we have, and I'll show that to you someday. Next one I had was Atari 2600. I spent hours and hours and hours playing Asteroids. It was my favorite game for some reason. You know, just hold down the button and push the joystick that way. You know, you just spin around, spin around. But that was a cool system. And then after 1982, and I had the Atari for a little while, but it disappeared. I don't know what happened to it. But my gaming during a period of 1982 to 1987 was at an arcade. You know, I'd go play Asteroids at the arcade, or Centipede, or Galaga, Pac-Man. It was really big during that time. But those are the games that I played. Donkey Kong, that was another good one. And then 1987, I got a Sega Master System that I was coveting from one of my mom's friend's son. He had a Nintendo Entertainment System, but I really liked the Sega Master System because he had the gun. He didn't have the gun for the NES. But I ended up with his Sega Master System. I don't know how, really. Well, I actually do know how, and I'll share that with you in a minute. And then I also had an Intellivision at some point in here. I don't remember exactly when. And if you don't know what the Intellivision is, look it up. It's kind of a weird system, but they had some really good games, kinda. It was kind of Atari-ish, but they had these controllers that you put these slip covers in. And depending on, you know, what you wanted to do, you press that button. You know, it was 1 through 9 keys or 12 keys or something like that. And then 1988, I finally got an NES. My dad had gotten me an NES from a friend of his, and so I had, you know, tons and tons of games. And you know, everybody during that period had an NES, so I was able to trade games with all my friends. And you know, I played a lot of games. You know, Dragon Warrior. All the Marios, everything. And I've had an NES pretty much throughout my entire life, except for you know, a few periods, but I've owned a lot of them. And I want to stop here and tell you a little story. When I was about 20 years old, my dad told me that every single system that he ever got me, the Atari, the Sega, the Intellivision, and the Nintendo, were all part of a drug deal. I guess he would take me up to the woods a lot, and I would play in this creek. It was really cool, you know. You just go down there and you play in this creek. It was really cool. But I guess kind of off the ways a little bit, you know. He'd kind of walk back there, and I didn't know what the heck he was doing. He had an operation going. See, he doesn't do that today, but this is back in the 80s. But I thought that was a cool story. That's how I acquired all my game systems, were through drug deals. But they would disappear too, so who knows. After the NES, I think I traded a bunch of games that I had for the NES for a Sega Genesis system. Some kid, he didn't like the Genesis, but he still liked his NES a lot, so I got a Sega Genesis. Got exposed to Sonic for the first time. And I suck at Sonic games, and I always have, and I think I always will, because I don't ever want to go play them again. You know, the whole spinny thing is just not my thing. Sorry. The first PC game I ever played outside of school, you know, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego, Oregon Trail, you guys all remember that stuff, was in 1989. I played a game called Dope Wars. It was a 3.1 DOS game, or no, yeah, it was a DOS-based game. I don't know if it was on Windows 3.1 or not, but it was a DOS game, and you pretty much had to buy a bunch of drugs and then sell them all. That was the point of the game, and see how much money you could make. And sometimes you get busted by the cops or shot at, things of that nature. It was really cool, all random. And then after 1990, you know, I still had some systems, probably the Genesis and the Nintendo I still had, but I never got to enjoy Super Nintendo or the TurboGrafx or, you know, anything during the period of, like, let's say 92 to 97. I never enjoyed any of that. You know, I had baseball, football, you know, I was really into that. I had a job, you know, I was trying to, you know, this is during the time I'm, let's see, 92, I would have been 16. Yeah, from 16 to 21, I didn't get to enjoy any of that period for as far as video gaming goes. You know, when you're 16 to 21, you have a lot of other stuff on your mind besides video games, and I took full advantage of that. But in 1997, I heard about this thing called a PlayStation, and I fell in love with PlayStation. I love PlayStation. It's my favorite console of all time. It's what I personally collect. I have right now 120 different PS1 games. A lot of them are common games, but I do have some of the rare games too. So hopefully I can get up to the, I think, 1,300 games that are for that system. So 97 I bought a PS1 and Final Fantasy VII at the same time. The very first system that I ever got brand new, and it was awesome. It was awesome. And then shortly thereafter, Resident Evil. Shortly thereafter, Final Fantasy VIII, which was disappointing actually, but Final Fantasy IX made up for it. And then in 2000, I had kids by that time. My son was 4, and I bought him an N64, and he loved Mario, and I love Mario too. The N64 is a very fun system for little kids, so we had that for a long time. And then my wife wanted a PS2, so we could get you know, better games. And the PS2 we got in 2001. GameCube we got in 2002 for Christmas. And then my gaming history after that point was pretty much just collecting. In 2005, I started my own eBay business, buying and selling games. I would go to garage sales, flea markets, Goodwill, anywhere I could get games. I'd buy them, buy. You know, at the time I made a lot of money, so I was able to have this huge inventory of games. I had a shop at the time, you know, and I was able to store so much. Depression kind of hit in late 2008. People stopped buying games, and then eBay jacked up their prices for selling video games. I think they charged like a 15% fee of whatever you sell it for. So I stopped doing it in 2008. At the end of 2008, I stopped my business. We got the Wii in 2009, and we sold it for a profit, and because the Wii sucks as far as any type of gameplay. PSP we got this year, or last year, you know. Excuse me. We have a lot of different systems, and you can check out my YouTube page and see all the systems we have. But that's my gaming history, and I'm going to tag Vidium, Immortal7, and Dankss. So if you guys want to do it, that's cool. If not, that's cool. I don't care. This is just something I thought was fun. So see you guys later.